Salutations, my fellow dudes and dudettes, and welcome back to Paper Mario. Last time, we progressed through a good chunk, at least half of the Koopa Brothers Fortress, and recruited a new party member in the form of Bombette, a female bomb. Who knew those actually existed? As for today, we are going to be finishing up the Koopa Brothers and completing this chapter, which is pretty awesome. Unfortunately, this dungeon doesn't do much more in terms of puzzle solving at this point. And random Koopa is random. I mean, it is the first dungeon, so I guess I can understand that. Also, I forgot to get the key, so I'm gonna grab that real quick, and then I'm gonna cut to when I get back to the door. We're gonna be getting to that switch real soon. And I guess while, I'm going through this, I might as well explain how I intend to be leveling up. Actually, real quick. If you recall, I mentioned last part that the only really complicated part is hitting a switch a number of times. This is that very same switch, because basically what happens is it creates a bunch of platforms you can walk across, but also creates walls that you can't. So the idea is that you hit the switch, walk across, hit the switch again, walk by the wall, hit it again. I think you have to hit the switches a total of 4 times, two for each switch, which can get very tedious, let me just say. Not that tedious. Anyways, as I was saying, how I intend to level up for this game. I'm going to be doing it in the intended order, HP, FP, and BP, except for the cases of whether or not there's a badge that I absolutely want to equip. Because if it requires any badge points, I'm going to make sure my level up primarily goes to those badge points until I'm able to equip that badge. Perfect example was during my test run, I actually decided to try one of these stat buffs, which is defense or attack, which I chose defense, so I prioritized leveling up my badge points until I was able to equip that badge. If I come across anything like that, that's when I'm going to focus on badge points, so I can, get that done. And this should be the last staircase before we get to the end, so whoa, we're almost done. So much for being halfway. I probably should have misphrased what I said. So yeah, that is my plan. As for what badges I want to do, that is... it's dependent on a number of things, because the badge shop is always random. As well as me wanting to just do different things for this run-through as opposed to the test playthrough. Also, speaking of badges, here we go. Oh, good segue there. The Smash Charge badge. It increases your hammer attack power by, I believe, 2 or 3 points. I didn't exactly read the description. Use it in battle, your hammer attack will go up. Pretty useful. Don't get smug, pal. You just caught us off guard. Trust me, we'll mop the floor with you if we get serious. We're as cool as they come. Yeah, boys, open fire. And now our final objective before we get to face the boss is to get past these bullet bills and bullet bill blasters. Which, since they're finally new enemies, we have enemies we can actually talk about. I'm not sure if dropping the POW block was the best idea. Because spoiler warning, I don't do all too great for this boss battle. And since we got attacked, I guess I better go over the bullet bills themselves. The bullet bills are kamikaze enemies. They have an HP of 2, an attack of 2, and a defense of 0. They'll do 2 damage to Mario, but will immediately die on impact. So, there's that. I ultimately decide not to use that until I'm done with this fight. So use Bombette and get the first strike. Using Bombette for the first strike deals a lot of damage, especially to these guys 4. So now we have Bullet Bill Blasters. These don't exactly attack, they just eject more Bullet Bills for you to handle. They have an HP of 4, a defense of 1, and yeah, that's it. They don't have any attack power. They'll continue to shoot out Bullet Bills until you can take them out. What's cool in this game is that it takes a turn for them to, like... Hold on. That's better. Anyway, as I was saying, it always takes a 4 turn for them to charge up, so after they eject the Bullet Bill, they'll have to wait a turn. It's kind of like a Hyper Beam in Pokemon, before they can dish out another one. And because Bombette deals so much damage with her bomb attack to them, like it's an instant KO with them, as well as the fact there's an HP and FP thing, I'd say go nuts with her and just let her do all the work. But enough about that. It is finally time for our first legitimate boss fight of this game. I'm excited. Mildly. I like that entrance music. You guys ready? Hey Black, what are you doing? Hurry man, shake a leg! Ow, my shell, get off! Wait a minute. Whoa! Oh, for the love of... What are you doing, Yellow? This doesn't look cool at all. Okay, hang on. Okay, I'm ready, Red. Finally, let's do this. Remember to look cool, guys. Yo! Turtle power, I guess. Bowser. I've been waiting for you, Mario. Bro! The strongest and the coolest. Behold the glory that is the great evil King Bowser. It's time for me to beat those foolish ideals out of you. Safe Peach? No, please. Okay, so we got a very mediocre boss fight with this guy. This is Bowser question mark, question mark, question mark. He has an HP of 10, an attack of 1, and a defense of 1. He's not very useful. And he only does 1 attack. The problem with this boss fight is that it's obvious that this is not Bowser. It is a immediate dead giveaway, and this boss is just a means of happy slaps. And I am not a fan of it. There was no reason to have this. I don't even think you get experience points for it, which is really sad, because this part drags for a bit. It's like the idea is that you're just beating him down with attacks until the Bowser robot eventually explodes. I like the music at least. Mario really thinks that we're King Bowser. Shh! Mario will hear us. So I think after 2 more attacks after this, he should go down. You're pathetic. Are you always this weak? The sequel should be called Paper Bowser, which is actually kind of funny considering what happens in the next game. Forget about it. Mario's shaking in his boots. Let's get him. And after 2 more boops to the arm, because that's clearly what we're attacking, the Bowser robot explodes. Boom! Okay, now for the real boss fight, which is actually much more dangerous than you would like to believe. Unless if you know the tactic. Alright, so the Koopa brothers, red, black, yellow, and green, respectively, all have an HP of 5, an attack of 1, and a defense of 1. They're just like regular Koopas, except this attack. Their special technique is to stack on top of each other and to dish out damage to you depending on the amount of Koopas there are. So in this case, since there are 4 stacked on top of each other, they will be able to deal 4 damage. 3 if you guard. Now what you want to do is you want to attack the bottom. Like an idiot, I sort of jumped on them because I forgot that didn't work. You have to be able to knock them down. If you don't basically what happens is if you hit them with a hammer or Koop's shell attack or body slam, any non-jumping attack, they'll start wobbling like that. If you don't take the preemptive and essentially do the same thing, they'll just regain their momentum. Now what happens here is that they all get flipped over and you have a full turn to attack them. So what I like to do is that Thunderbolt that we grabbed much earlier in the chapter and take down one of them with a lickety-split. Because by themselves, they're just a regular Koopa with 1 more HP than the others. So what I suggest is that you just simply do that. Unfortunately, since I threw away the power block, this battle is going to drag for another turn. I think. Yeah, basically what I could have done is use the power block, which would have dealt 2 more damage, and then just use Kooper's power shell, it would have taken him out. So I apologize. I could have died, but that's only because of my neglectfulness of how the battle operates, so oops. And with 2 Koopas, they do 2 damage. Fascinating. And then all you do is switch to Cooper, use Power Shell, and that's it. I guess if you consider the Koopa Brothers one entity, 20 HP is a lot to deal with, but not really. Whoa! Cranberry pineapple, my favorite. Actually, I prefer cran pomegranate, but I digress. And now that we finally have the first Star Spirit, we are 1/7 of the way there, I guess. Woo! And that is the end of the chapter. Whenever you defeat a boss and get the Star Spirit, that ends the chapter immediately. And so Mario and friends beat the Koopa Brothers at their fortress and rescued the first Star Spirit. Still, 6 Star Spirits remain imprisoned, and they must save them as quickly as they can. The future of the Mushroom Kingdom, Star Haven, and of course, Princess Peach, lie in the hands of Mario and his new friends. Their adventure has just begun. Speaking of Princess Peach, let's see what's going on with her. So basically, after every chapter, I think I mentioned it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I mentioned this a couple parts ago. We're going to have a Peach sequence where we just get some sort of information related to the Star Spirit that we're going to be rescuing next. The thing that's weird is that they tell you of your next objective, but they don't exactly tell you how to get to said objective. So it's like, we're gonna find out where the second Star Spirit is, but they're not gonna tell us how to get there. That's up to us to find out on our own. Which, granted, after a while, you will, find the means to get there. Especially if you explore the hub town. Because at this point, you're pretty limited on, ways of exploring. So it's only a matter of time before you find out where you need to go. So we're gonna press a switch right here and sneak out. I don't know why we have this sort of thing. Did Toadsworth install this in case of emergency or something? I don't even think Toadsworth is in this game, actually, now that I think about it. Whatever. Moving on. Alright, so we're gonna press this here switch. It's gonna spin around. And we got a book here. It looks like somebody left a private diary just lying around. Should we read it? Oh, you like doing this sort of thing, do you? Tisk, tisk. Okay then, very quietly. Let's see. Today I went to Star Haven and stole the Star Rod. Now I'm invincible, yes. I also... I can't read this text. My laptop is, like, too far away from me. Hold on. I feel like I might know the person who wrote this. Should we read more? Not to mention Bowser's writing is really weird looking. Today was great, diary. I used my castle to lift Princess Peach's castle up into the sky. Then I barged into Peach's castle and beat up Mario. Yeah, unbelievable. And there's more. After that, I kidnapped Princess Peach. I couldn't be happier, diary. I hope she likes me. I don't think so, Bowser. This is Bowser's diary. What do we do? Should we keep reading? Absolutely. We need to find out where the next dude is. So the Koopa brothers got beaten up by Mario. And they rescued the stupid star spirit that was held there. I'm so mad I could barely write. Oh, I just don't like how it looks, like his writing. Because, like, the way I'm editing this, like, when I'm doing the voice playback, like, the screen is real, like, the footage is really small, so... I kind of wish there was an easier way to do that, but alas, I can't. So, we find out here that, the next Star Spirit is in a place called Dry Dry Ruins. In Dry Dry Desert. What's with this alliteration? Everything has to start with the letter D. And the same could be said about the next chapter, too. It would be embarrassing if someone were to read that. What? What? What's the princess doing here? Ah, you little sneak! You read my diary! King Bowser, is there a problem? You're the worst guards ever! Take Princess Peach back to her room immediately! Yes, sir. Straight away. And Twig just leaves. Sorry about that cough. Mario, I believe you'll save us all. From the bottom of my heart, I appreciate all you've done. Thank you. Since you have freed me from my prison, the seal of my power is broken, and I will recover it little by little. As long as an ounce of power remains in me, I shall help you. I love this track, actually, the Star Spirit track. It's really nice. Okay, so every time you rescue a Star Spirit, you're going to get a special technique. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be showing it here. I will be showing it in the next part. And I don't feel like doing the tutorial because I'm going to be the one explaining it. It would only be redundant if I had the game explain it to me. Listen carefully. You must save the other Star Spirits quickly. If the 7 of us come together, we'll be able to bestow upon you a star power called the Star Beam. The star beam is the only thing that can counteract the star rod that Bowser wields. I have to go back now. Back to Star Haven. I must leave immediately, but I'll always be watching you. Save us all, Mario. I have to go now. My planet needs me. In a weird sense, that's actually kind of right. But anyways, yes, we've finally managed to save the first Star Spirit. So, next time on Paper Mario, we're going to be heading back to Toadtown and seeing if we can find the means of getting to the next chapter, as well as doing some side missions here and there. So until then, I got a juice.